Have you ever said something you immediately regretted? A sentence spoken in anger, a small lie told just to avoid trouble, a comment about someone who wasn't in the room. And later you realized those words stayed longer than you expected. They changed the mood. They changed the relationship. They changed you. Today, I want to talk about something deeply important, not just for Buddhists, but for anyone who wants more peace, clarity, and harmony in their life. According to the Buddha, there are certain kinds of speech that quietly damage our lives, even when we don't notice it happening. And learning what not to say may be one of the most powerful practices of mindfulness you can adopt. Welcome back to the channel. You might be thinking, I'm not a Buddhist. Why should I care about Buddhist teachings? Here's the truth. The Buddha's insights were never meant to belong to one religion. They are observations about the human mind, about relationships, about suffering and how we create or reduce it through everyday actions. Speech is one of those actions. Words may seem light and invisible, but they shape trust, connection, and karma, whether you believe in karma spiritually or psychologically. That's why the Buddha spoke clearly about 4 kinds of unwholesome speech, speech that harms ourselves and others. Let's explore them one by one. The first type of unwholesome speech is lying. The Buddha taught, avoid false speech. Now, let's be honest. Most of us have told small lies before. White lies, gray lies, lies to protect someone's feelings, lies to avoid discomfort. But here's the deeper truth. No matter the color of the lie, lying slowly erodes something essential inside us. When you lie, you weaken trust. When you lie repeatedly, you weaken your character. And perhaps most importantly, you weaken your relationship with yourself. Trust is the foundation of every healthy relationship, with others and with your own conscience. That's why the Buddha emphasized living truthfully, with transparency and honesty. Truth doesn't mean brutal honesty. It means integrity. When your words align with reality, your mind becomes lighter. When they don't, your mind carries the weight of remembering, hiding, and protecting the lie. And that weight becomes suffering. The second type of unwholesome speech is divisive speech. This is speech that creates separation, drama, or conflict between people. Gossip, talking behind someone's back, repeating things that don't need to be repeated. You may not say anything directly harmful, but your words plant seeds of mistrust. The Buddha warned against speech that breaks harmony. Why? Because harmony is fragile, and words are powerful enough to break it quietly. Often, divisive speech comes from jealousy, resentment, or unresolved anger. We speak not to heal, but to release our own discomfort. But when we do this, the damage doesn't stop with others. It comes back to us. Peaceful relationships begin with mindful speech. If your words bring people together, they are wholesome. If they pull people apart, they deserve careful reflection. The third type of unwholesome speech is harsh speech. We've all been on the receiving end of it. Words spoken in anger, insults, labels, humiliation disguised as truth. And we know how it feels. Harsh words don't disappear once spoken. They linger. They replay. They reshape how someone sees themselves. That's why the Buddha taught us to avoid harsh speech, especially when emotions are high. Anger wants expression, but wisdom chooses restraint. Speaking while angry often means saying things you can never take back. And once spoken, words cannot be unsaid. Silence in moments of anger is not weakness, it is strength. The fourth type of unwholesome speech is idle or meaningless talk. This doesn't mean you can't laugh or enjoy conversation. It means being mindful when speech becomes empty, excessive, or distracting. Idle talk drains attention. It scatters energy. It fills space without creating meaning. The Buddha encouraged purposeful speech, words that uplift, clarify, or connect. When words carry intention, they create positive states of mind. When they don't, they simply create noise. Learning when to speak and when not to is a quiet form of wisdom. Why did the Buddha care so much about speech? Because words create karma, not just spiritually, but practically. Words shape habits. Habits shape character. Character shapes destiny. The intention behind your speech matters. Speech can heal. Speech can harm. The Buddha compared words to a knife. A knife can prepare food, or it can cause harm. The tool is neutral. The intention is everything. Before speaking, pause. Ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it fails all 3, let it go. This pause transforms speech into mindfulness, and mindfulness transforms life. If there's one thing I hope stays with you today, it's this. Your words are not small. They shape the world you live in.
Speak with awareness, speak with intention, speak with care, because every word is a choice, and every choice is a step on your path. Thank you for being here. May your speech bring clarity, may your silence bring peace. Until next time, choose your words wisely.